Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Oscar De La Hoya taunts Gennady Golovkin and says, "Good luck fighting your mandatory DEREVYANCHENKO." Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chat channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We work in Oscar De La Hoya on his verified account. He's been busy. He says, at Gennady Golovkin, "Good luck with Sergey Derevyanchenko, who's 11-0 and your IBF mandatory. The train has moved on, and we're going after Danny Jacobs, Billy Joe Saunders, or Gary Spike O'Sullivan," right? So it sounds like he's pressing Golovkin and letting him know that the bus won't wait. The train is not going to wait at the train station. So if you're running late, then you're going to get left. So the Canelo Triple G2 rematch is now in jeopardy. Now, I did a video about this. I'm not going to go and expand on the whole thing. So that's why you guys need to subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with what's going on. But I'll quickly recap. And basically, De La Hoya did an interview with ringtv.com. Shout out to them. And he says he talked to Tom Loeffler, who is now trying to change the deal from what was agreed upon that was going to get Canelo and Golovkin in the same ring again in a rematch for May 5th. Obviously, Canelo failed 2 drug tests. He's since did a hair follicle test, passed his other tests, etc. And he's doing year-round testing to try to prove his innocence or prove that he's now clean, whatever the case is. And for some reason, Team Golovkin, they feel they should get a new deal for knocking out Vanes Martirosyan, because that's the only real thing that has changed since the whole Klingate scandal. De La Hoya says, no, you already agreed to that deal and you were down to fight us on May 5th. So Canelo will be eligible to fight in August, mid-August. He wants to fight on the quote-unquote Mexican date, the second one, which is Mexican Independence Day weekend, mid-September. So if you're still trying to fight, you better hurry up. But we're not giving you a different or better deal. You could take the same deal that you agreed to for May 5th. And that's where it stands. Tom Loeffler is saying something like they're entitled to move on to other options if they want. So to me, it's kind of a bad look for Team Golovkin. If you want to set the record straight and fight Canelo, and you are already in agreement to fight for whatever percentage split or whatever deal you took in May 5th, what has changed to the point where you feel that deal should be re-examined? You know what I mean? I could understand if Golovkin fought a threat in his last fight, like a Olympian Demetrius Andrade, and knocked him out spectacularly in front of this crazy audience and set a record with HBO boxing in terms of viewership. But that wasn't the case. He fought Vanes Martirosyan, who we all knew didn't really have much of a chance based on the circumstances. 2-year layoff, coming off a loss, and then moving up from 54 to 60. And he did solid numbers because the ticket prices were reasonable at the StubHub, and the StubHub seats like 9,000. Maybe it was configured to a little bit more. I was at the fight. There were still sections that had gaping holes. You know what I mean? And he did solid numbers considering that it was a replacement fight that they put together, but nothing like world changing. Like when Canelo fought Kirkland, that did really good attendance, like 31,000 or some shit in Texas, and it did like 2 million plus views on HBO. So nothing crazy like that. Golovkin's not the A side, so now you have De La Hoya who's tweeting Golovkin and is kind of taunting him like, "Ha, you're not fighting Canelo. We gonna move on to Danny Jacobs, Billy Joe, or a guy like Gary Spike O'Sullivan. You're gonna miss your opportunity. Good luck fighting your mandatory for less money." That's basically what De La Hoya is saying. So I don't know. Maybe they can figure it out. Maybe Triple G's team decides to take the initial deal, but according to De La Hoya, he's not making no new negotiation, which I kind of understand where he's coming from. Why would you? If you guys agreed to it, the only reason that it should be different a mere months later is if something has changed. And the only thing that changed was the fight got canceled because Canelo failed a drug test, which he's now doing all the necessary steps to prove that he's now clean. So what's the big issue? What has changed to the point where you deserve a higher percentage split? Again, I can understand if you went over to the UK, took Billy Joe Saunders' belt, and now you're undisputed middleweight champion. So you say, hey, that's a bargaining chip. We have more leverage now. But you knocked out Vanes Martirosyan, so it should be the same deal. You know what I mean? Because things are relatively the same. You know what I mean? Other than Canelo failing the drug test, but you still want to fight him. You know what I mean? So, if you really want to take a stand, don't fight him. If you think he's a drug cheat and wearing a cast, layered gloves, then don't fight him. But you still want to fight him, so why not take the same split that you were going to take for May 5th? I don't know. And this is the problem I told you guys that Triple G could run into. The IBF possibly try to strip him if he fights Canelo. De La Hoya is trying to punk him and be like, haha, good luck with your mandatory. Look at our options. Danny Jacobs, Saunders, and Spike O'Sullivan. I will add this. I think out of those names that De La Hoya is listing, I would say Canelo versus Gary Spike O'Sullivan is most likely, because Jacobs, Saunders, and Charlo, who he didn't mention in this tweet, but he mentioned on an interview, those are all super dangerous options for Canelo's style. So coming off of by the time Canelo fights in September, it'll be a year layoff. I see him taking the path of least resistance, to be honest, and that would be Gary Spike O'Sullivan, the guy who got stopped by Chris Eubank, is a sparring partner for Billy Joe Saunders, and had lost to Billy Joe Saunders. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, because I think Canelo versus Danny Jacobs, Canelo versus Saunders, and Canelo versus Charlo are all better fights than the Spike O'Sullivan. Let me know what you guys think, but tough spot for Golovkin. And De La Hoya is trying to pressure/taunt him. Like, yo, if you want this rematch, we about to move on. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.